Welcome back to Snetterton. It's GP1, Steve's on the grid.
Well, the bikes are lining up on the grid for the Morello Services GP1 and Superstock 1000 race. We're expecting to see Greg Lewis line up on pole, but the heavens have just suddenly opened, so I'm not sure if they're going to get some time to change tyres or whether they're going to have to go at it full blast. It's over to Dave Stewart. This, not easy circumstances for any rider. Robin, over to you.
Yes, thanks very much, Steve. Well, the weather certainly playing, if not havoc, it's certainly playing a big part in this weekend. Riders on and off the grid, tyre changes every which way, but they make their decisions. It is wet race that's been declared. There we see Ian Mackman, number 30, the outside of the grid there, and general discussions all the way down the grid. Of course, the riders are not just interested in the changing weather conditions, they are learning what effectively for them is a new circuit this weekend. Some of them have been racing at Snetterton since Adam was a lad, but substantial changes over the winter period have created virtually a new circuit. So those that thought they knew this place like the back of their hands are now looking at a different set of gloves. But away they go, the Morello Services GP1s incorporating the Superstock 1000s and the Super Twins.
Yeah, looks like we've got away in just about dry conditions, maybe a few damp specks all the way around, and you can just see Lee Reevely there snaking into Agostini's, but Phil Crowe, the defending champion, got away best. Pete Baker, Morello servicing rider, well, he's back to his best. We've not seen a win from him so far this season, but it certainly looked like it's going to be the closest and the best chance for him to get 25 points here. Greg Lewis, of course, got his maiden GP1 victory yesterday, but well, I'm going to keep my eye on these conditions because these are the fastest bikes on the Thundersport roster, and riding a bike at about 170 miles an hour down the back straight to be confronted with a wet circuit with dry tyres, probably not the best for anyone.
Well, Greg Lewis, we saw that there he is on the yellow machine, yellow leathers, having a great battle for the moment just behind these.
Oh, Jamie Wilkins there.
Goodness me, get back on your seat, boy. Oh, and he just managed to pop up there, and Alex Heaton stayed on board. It was Alex who was having a great battle with Greg Lewis, and Alex Heaton very nearly dumped into the scenery there through no fault of his own, but thankfully everybody back on board and just about settled.
Yeah, Jamie Wilkins, the defending Street Fighter A champion, currently racing on a Superstock machine on that Kawasaki there. A major moment, having gone up the inside of Michael Robertson, but it's good to see Jamie up at the sharp end again. He's up ahead of some very talented riders there, but it's still Crowe that leads from Pete Baker, then Wilkins just behind him, local rider Byron Beckett.
Yes, indeed, Byron always shows well at his home circuit. He's literally just up the road, isn't he, for home. But, putting the big charge on there as they run down out of the new section here at Snet. There's Phil Crowe into Brundle, and then on to Nelson, followed by Peter Baker, and then look at this fanning out behind. Who wants it most? The big charge down into Brundle, and just squeezing through to the front of that little group is Byron Beckett.
Yeah, Byron just ahead there of Wilkins, and then it's Scottish rider Michael Robertson just tucked in behind Wilco as they go around Coram Curve. There's Beckett then in third, Wilkins with the still the green spotted hat, you may remember from last year. He's just ahead of Robertson, and then it's Lee Reevely, who's doing very well overall, but also leading the Super Twins, a double Super Twins champion. But back at the front, it's the defending GP1 champion, Phil Crowe, that leads.
Yeah, Steve, just been keeping an eye on the lap times. You know, Peter Baker is closing bit by bit. It looks as though Phil Crowe had gone out and created that gap and was never going to be caught. But Peter Baker is edging a little bit closer each lap. There we see Angelo De Rosa, number 157. That is now the Limpet Labels Suzuki. He'd like to thank all sorts of people, including Lee Good. I know he's got a lot of people from Limpet Labels watching him this weekend, so always nice when they pick up sponsorship. But look at this, up the front, Peter Baker not just catching, but getting past Phil Crowe.
Yeah, I'm not sure Phil Crow was ready for that. Just outbraked into Agostini's, and Peter Baker leads the race then. Can he get that first win of 2011 and try and rejuvenate his season? Here he is then, the West Winch rider, number 2. Of course, he won this championship back in 2009, was the runner-up last year. Really looking to get back into a terrible start to the season, though, for him, wasn't it? Really unlike Peter Baker, struggling with tyre grip, was dumping it a lot, very unlike him. But look at the gap he's put on Phil Crow already.
Yes, he is, as we can see, though, one of his key things is resilience. He is not somebody who fades away across the season. Is Peter Baker. He'll be pushing on. And Phil Crow there in second on that beautifully turned out BMW, seemingly at the moment unable to respond as the last lap flag is out there. So the Suzuki of Peter Baker leads it.
Yeah, a couple of Superstock bikes going through there, Robertson and Heaton, there they are, but leading that gaggle is Byron Beckett, the local rider, 3rd overall in this race, leading the Superstocks. It's still Rivoli leading the Super Twins ahead of Charlie Flett, because Scott Adam hasn't come around that time, and no Les Liney either. So Peter Baker it is that leads overall. Could he be getting that maiden win of the 2011 season?
Yes, there is a very light rain but it's fairly constant at the moment. You can just pick it up against the background there, but Peter Baker looking very sure-footed, but I think there's just enough rain falling to dampen the ardour of anybody making any last-minute daring-do manoeuvres, and the checker flag's out, and Peter Baker then takes a very well-earned win. It's going to be Phil Crow crossing in second. I think there's some relief in that, as well as, yes, Peter Baker gently punching the air. Phil Crow second, then Byron Beckett an excellent 3rd place. Ian Mackman finished 4th, Michael Robertson 5th, and Alex Heaton rounding out that top 6. There we see Peter Baker in between Phil Crow and Byron Beckett. And in the Superstocks, well, the win going to Byron Beckett from Ian Mackman and Michael Robertson. There, the Super Twins, Lee Rivoli taking the win from Charlie Flett.
Lee, describe to us the conditions out there. That couldn't have been easy.
Yeah, I think a lot of it was just mental rain, really. I don't think it was actually affecting you, but it was meant, it wasn't affecting the grid. But definitely towards the end as well, I backed off. I wasn't too happy. I didn't want to lob it, because I know both Les and Scott had bike trouble, so I wasn't really going to be threatened. So I just thought I'd bring it home, really.
And so big points in the championship, and normal thanks to E2E Solutions, etc.
Yeah, thanks to E2E Solutions, Motocourse, Dave Allenby and Stuart and the family. Thanks a lot. Cheers.
Well done to you, Lee. We'll move on to Superstock 1000 winner and 3rd overall, Byron Beckett. Byron, welcome to Thundersport GB. Not the easiest of races here on TV Day.
No, definitely not. With the rain, it was a little bit interesting, all the spits, but like the chap just said, psychological rain, I think, more than anything. Just had a little bit ruthless in the first laps, get through the pack, and then comfy 3rd, really.
And have you got anyone to thank, Byron?
Yeah, A. Williams Engineer and Sands TVs, and there's a whole load of others who helped me out. Big thanks. Yeah, brilliant.
Well done to you, Byron. We'll move on to GP1 winner overall, Peter Baker. Peter, we've mentioned it already, not easy out there, but must be more relief to you than anything else.
Yeah, relief to finally get a win. First one this year. Yeah, not the best of conditions, and like they were saying, it was head rain. It's off-putting, but at the end of the day, you've got to convince yourself that it's dry enough. The bike weren't moving around, the grip was there. Just keep it nice and smooth, bring it home in first.
And despite the topsy-turvy season so far, you've still got some loyal supporters behind you.
Absolutely, and Snetterton being my home track, a lot of them are here today, and I thank them for that. Long-standing sponsor Steve from Morello, who obviously sponsors the this particular championship as well. Thanks to him putting up with me while I've been rubbish. EIS are here as well, SM Roofing and May Construction, and there's others as well. Thank you very much for all your help.